Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun.
Hey moms, welcome back to my channel. So for this video, I just want to show you, or I just want to give you an idea on how I teach my kids math, especially the smaller ones, especially when they were younger. So obviously, even before they turned 1, we already exposed them to the concept of math. We count their little fingers. We tell them about the different shapes. We use their toys to tell them the colors, the shapes. So these things are actually the basic fundamentals of learning mathematics. So now that I'm starting to introduce math to my son, I know I get to chronicle what I am doing to him. Before with Light, I didn't really have a structure. I just, get inspirations from other moms. I get inspirations over the internet, and then I just teach her, and she just learned. And now I think there's more structure for her and a more specific approach for her. But for little children, like my son, he is just turning 3. I'm starting it again, all over again. So first, the basic thing that you want to teach your child is, of course, counting. So when they're little, we count their fingers, their toes, their toys. So you can always incorporate it through play, and that's actually the best suggestion, best recommendation. To incorporate learning counting through play. So with my son, again, sometimes we just recite the numbers, and now I see that he's more interested in counting our fingers on his own. So that's what I do. Just 1 to 10. That's the first the first set that you will teach them how to count from 0, 1 to 10. And also, second are shapes. So this is what we did before when they were younger. It's a double purpose activity. Of course, they learn shape, and also they get to paint, which is one of the things that kids now love to do, painting. So I each gave them, my 2 kids, I each gave them a set of shapes to paint, and then I laminated one set, and then I just pasted it on the board, the other set, and I put a plastic over it. I used recycled materials, actually, and then this is how my son learned the different shapes, and also colors. So that's the third one, colors. First the shapes, and then the colors, matching colors. So this is one idea. Another activity before that I did with my son. These are, again, all just free resources online, are these shape puzzles. So I would tell him to match them. There, the lights here. So before he wasn't much interested, but now he likes to do puzzles, so this is a good activity. And for the numbers, again, familiarizing them with the numerals, the numbers itself. So there's a number dice, and then there are numbers as well. And you will just have to help them at first. Of course, they don't know the numbers yet, what the numbers look like, but you can help them to count the dots. So 1, 2, 3, and then they will do the puzzles, and through practice they will be able to be more familiarized with the numbers, and they will just know it. Try to look for the links from where I got this materials, so you can also print them on your own. And the fourth is sizes. So you can teach them or show them what a small thing is compared to a big thing, what's a short and a long one. And I can see with my son now, he knows how to compare. This is small, he would say this is small. Tiny actually, because he can't say the S in the start of a word, so that he would say tiny and then big. So he knows these things already, and short and long. So we actually got a book, a hand-me-down book, an activity book, which shows the sizes and the shapes, and you can get those. I think they're just very cheap. He loves that book to give it to me for me to read to him. So that's one way that you can do it, through reading. And what else? Patterns. We haven't actually started on patterns, but with our Before 5 in a Row curriculum, I'm sure we're gonna tackle patterns, looking for the difference in the pictures, the different things in the pictures. So those are exercises that you can also do. Usually with small children, you just teach them through play. So when we play, sometimes I would ask him, look at this group. Does this group have more compared to this group? Maybe when we're playing with blocks, look, I have here some of the blocks, and I have here a group of other blocks which has more blocks in the group. So I would do that, or you would stack up the blocks, and I would tell them which is taller, which is shorter. So those are just ideas, for small children on how you can start them with learning learning mathematics. For bigger children, for my daughter, I just want to show you the books that we are using now that she is in kinder. Before kinder 1, the books that we used were very basic, I would say, compared to now. We started, the book started with the shapes and the colors, and those are the things that she already knew at the age of, I think, 4.5 years old. Now that she's 5.5, the book that we are using for her, which is also the recommended book by our homeschool provider, is this one. It's a Singapore math approach, and I would say this is a lot different, and this required me to be there to teach her, not just leave the book for her to answer. But because before last year, that's mostly what I did, because she already knew how to read, she already knew how to count and add small numbers. With Light before, I would just tell her to do this from this page to this page, and she would answer it, and I would check it, and if there's something she doesn't answer correctly, I would explain it to her. But for this book, for this particular one, you know, I have to be there to guide her, to explain to her, and make sure that she understands. At the bottom of the pages, there are instructions for the teacher or for the mom to on how to teach the concept to the child, to your child. So I think this is better because it tells you, like, it tells your child the concept of mathematics, the basic concept of mathematics, not just the solution, not just the symbol plus, minus, but the concept of how it works. Also, I got this other book recommendation from my sister-in-law. So this is the Arithmetic for Young Children. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I'll just put the name in the description box below. Basically, just teaching your child the concept. So my daughter enjoys the activities that you would do in this book as well. So there, just showing you a bit of what we're learning. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!